welcome to the live stream. I am your hostess, Jenna Moreci. Hold on. If you're not familiar, I am a #1 Amazon bestselling author of romantasy books and writing craft books. You can check out my writing craft books, Shut Up and Write the Book, and How to Write Romantasy. They're available at all major retailers, and they are linked below. I also have the first 3 books in my romantasy series, the Saviors series, available right now. If you haven't checked out The Savior's Army, which is the 3rd book, it is finally available. It is also linked below, and it's available on Kindle Unlimited. I'm also a YouTuber here on this here YouTube channel. So be sure to like this stream, yes, this is a stream. Yes, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. It helps me out greatly. And Iona, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Can you hear me though?
You were not muted. I had my sound off. I noticed because I started playing the music and no music is playing. I'm like, what is going on?
I was like, that's so weird because I was like, this is the one time I made sure my microphone worked.
No, it was 1,000% me. And okay. And then I finally figured out I just didn't have my sound and I felt very dumb. And I was like,
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's done that because I've definitely done that before. That's funny. Well, I'm IONA WAYLAND. I'm not muted. And I'm a dark fantasy author of Ashes. You can get that on Kindle Unlimited or Amazon just in general in paperback, ebook, and audiobook formats. I also do crystal ball readings on my creepycoreandfolklore.com website. And you can check me out at Creepycore and Folklore on Twitch for Wednesday, like fun writing streams, and we hang out. But also on Instagram and YouTube and stuff.
Kachu is just like...
He just keeps touching my face.
He's so cute. Butters is sitting next to me. Aww. But Cliff doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm not going to show. She's chewing Jerry.
That's fair.
She's chewing Jerry's incision site.
Aww.
So if you guys... This is what I was going to talk about. How is Cliff doing? Not great. But so if you guys know I missed the last 2 weeks, here is a generalized update of everything that's gone down. So first, Cliff was hospitalized for a week. They never figured out what was wrong with him. So he was released because his pain went away. Well, for him went away. He's never pain-free, but you know. But they never figured out what was wrong. So now he's meeting with, last I tallied, was 6 different specializations of doctors, so that they can try and figure out what is the root cause of everything. We know it's CRPS, but something has to trigger CRPS. So they're trying to figure out what is triggering it. Because he's been hospitalized a bunch, and they thought they knew why he was being hospitalized, but it turns out that they were most likely wrong. So, yay! Oh, it was... Never mind. I thought I saw a squirrel. But anyway, so that's what we're dealing with. He's going to have surgery in June, and originally we were going to go on vacation in June, so that's not going to happen. Then after Cliff came home from the hospital, we had a death in the family. His mother passed away. And in dealing with that, families are complicated, and there were a number of people in the family that we had distanced ourselves from for our own protection and health. And when someone passes away, you have to talk to the family and make arrangements. So we've had to be in contact with some of these people, and that hasn't been pleasant. And there are members of the family who are really not handling the death well. And that has been very worrying and distressful. And so that's sort of the update. Things have been really, really tough. And I'm exhausted. And I had writer's block for the whole month of April. It was due to my OCD, because my OCD gets worse during stressful times. And fortunately, the writer's block is now gone, but I'm just so exhausted that it's hard to write. And so there's this frustration around the fact that things keep getting in the way. I mean, it took me 5 years to write and release The Savior's Army because of so many medical crises and near-death experiences, and then burnout and PTSD. There's just so much stuff going on that it took so long to get this book out, and it's frustrating when you know that if life would calm down, I would be able to get these books out so much faster. And people always say, "Oh, take care of yourself. Take your time. Take your time." And I understand the thought,
The sentiment. Yeah.
but people forget that this is my job. This is how I make my money. So it's not, this is not something I mean, like, obviously I enjoy my job, but this is not something I'm doing for fun. This is something I'm doing to make money. So there have been times I've had to have pauses in my career to focus on health, and I'm very fortunate because I'm in a financially comfortable position to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be paused forever,
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating for me because it affects my income and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of where I'm at right now, just a frustrated place because my goal was to have this book done by the end of June. And when I set that goal in January, it seemed very doable. It seemed like I could easily get it done before then.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I think we've had 4 hospitalizations, and now we've had a death, and it's just, we're at a, I'm running on fumes. And so now we're at a point where I'm just like, now it's 2 months away and I still have 2/3 of the book left. And so it's this feeling of fuck. So anywho, guys, that's where I'm at. Believe it or not, that is the generalized, shortened version of everything. So hopefully today during writing sprints, I will be finishing up this chapter that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's things are tough over here. But in good news, Butters got a new bed.
Very exciting. The donut.
Right, it's so cute. It's the same color that she is. So when she is in them, when she's in it, it just looks like it's part of her. So yes. Okay, let me see. Let me catch up. Vacations can be expensive, sadly. That was not the issue. The issue was that he is having surgery, and it's not really a good idea to go on vacation right after you have surgery because you have to heal. I am manifesting 8,000 good things to happen the rest of this year because you're more than reach your allotment of crap up. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm at a point where I've hit some, I'm very grateful. I've hit some milestones I never thought I'd be able to hit in my career, and I'm very, very fortunate of that. But I had therapy today, and I was talking to my therapist, where I normally I'm very, very optimistic, and I'm like, come on, we just got to keep going. We got to keep going, and everything's going to be fine. And like I said, we are financially comfortable. So even though I'm, these setbacks do affect my career, it's not the end of the world. Like it is. I'm very fortunate. I'll just leave it at that. But I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was just kind of like, I'm normally very optimistic and it's fine, we'll power through. And I'm like, but at this point, I'm just so tired that I'm just like, this is where we're at, and it sucks. And she was like, yeah, she's like, it's valid to feel that way. And even though you're probably catastrophizing it more in your mind than it actually is, feeling like, failure and all that shit. She's like, rationally that's not true. She goes, but it's okay to feel that way, and just feel it that way, and it'll pass, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sorry, Jenna, what a shit time for you and your family. Yes. And to be clear, I was talking about how this affects the books and stuff. I want to make it 100% clear that that's not the main priority. Obviously, my family's health is always going to be more important to me. It's just, that's an easier thing to talk about publicly is the book stuff, because you guys are my readers. I am not gonna delve into health shit, and I'm respecting Cliff's privacy. I'm not gonna talk about that stuff with you guys. So I just want to make it clear, even though I talked more about the book stuff, that's not the higher priority. It's just the thing that I can talk about most freely with you guys.
And that's actually relevant, even though we care about other things too, but it's relevant is the book stuff.
Yeah. So just to be clear, my poor publishers have to deal with all the horrible things my ticks say every time we're on the phone. Oh, do you have Tourette's?
Or maybe a tic disorder.
Yeah, that's like telling
another type of neurodivergent.
Yeah, that's like telling someone to just take a vacation when they can't afford to take time off because they need to work till.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember someone who we used to be friends said that to me once. She's like, "Why don't you just go on a vacation?" And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And it was. And she's like, "Well, you could afford it," and I was like,
well, it's not about that part.
It's like my guy is in and out of the hospital. Like, where do you think we're going to go? Where can we go? Like, I was just like, use your brain. Like,
we used up all of our vacation days at the hospital. No, it just sucks.
I find when I'm really stressed, I just go into an empty room and screech out my anger. I'm sorry. I'm just like, yeah, okay. That's what I'll do. That'll make everything better.
That's actually not good for your brain, but I'm trying not to be like a know-it-all right now. That's actually not good. But that's okay.
Can you tell me why? I'm very curious. I want to know why.
You do? Okay. So there's something called primal scream, and actually has the negative effect because what happens is it teaches your body. It's kind of like self-hurting, but with screaming, where like as you get upset, your body's only coping mechanism is to do something that's more like basic human animal-ish, and it reverts to that like immediately. Same thing with like whenever someone's really upset and they'll like go and punch a punching bag, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wait till you're chill and then punch a punching bag.
That makes sense. I said a thing to you privately.
Yes. It's exactly that. Because then it turns into that.
Yeah.
Like even if it didn't start out as that, it turns into that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also just in general, when people are going through things and then God, I'm sorry. When people are going through things and then you say things like, oh yeah, like it reminds me of like when I'll just use this example. When Cliff broke his spine, people will be like, oh yeah, when I tore my ACL, I did this. Have you tried this? And it's like, these are not comparable things. Like, stop, but whatever. We're getting a diagnosis soon. Very cool.
Nice.
Very, very cool. I just got the manuscript finalized and I'm so nervous. I have never been this far in that's really exciting.
That's a real like, oh.
That's very exciting. I'm excited for you. What genre is your book? Let me go back to, let's see. I just saw Yoo-hoo. All right. So it is mainly action, adventure, and drama. Dun, dun, dun.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, send in your questions. Otherwise, we will start our writing sprints. For this writing sprint, I'm going to be working on chapter 10. Chapter 10 was the chapter that really fucked me over, and I had writer's block for a month. But I got over the writer's block, and now all I have left is just a little bit of narrative. And it's just
nice.
about powering through it. It's a whole mixture of genres. Well, action adventure is a genre. It's just one. And drama is a part of action adventure. So it sounds like it's just an action adventure book, which is fine. That's good. Like, that's fine. I'm just saying that technically all genres are a mixture of genres. So, yeah.
That's like whenever I was saying that Ashes was a horror fantasy combo with a paranormal twist. And it's like, okay, but it's just a dark fantasy. The end.
Right. That reminds me when my old critique partner was like, why aren't you telling... Oh, God. Okay, why aren't you telling people that The Savior's Champion is an action adventure and a dark fantasy. And so I started saying it's a dark fantasy romance action adventure per her suggestion. And then I looked it up, and dark fantasy like includes adventure, so it was like not anyway, it was not needed. Been dying to join a live, finally got my schedule lined up. Hello, Taylor Funk, welcome.
Taylor's here.
Okay, well, before you're very late in the publishing stage, so you got to figure out what your genre is. You can't just describe it this way. Like you gotta figure it out, because a little bit of this and that
it sounds like you're talking about subplots and tropes and stuff.
Yeah. So figure it out like Nancy Drew. Catch on. I have to do it every time,
and I love it.
Okay, hold on. I'm loving your Writers Become Author series. Thank you. I'm so glad. I have a new one coming out on Wednesday, and
I love that. I really like it too. It's so funny because I have like an old colleague, and she's like getting into writing, and she used to write a lot, and now she's like kind of like, I don't think she's rusty, but like rusty and like understanding like I don't know, just things that are needed right now. Because the last time she wrote was like maybe 20 years ago, and she's thinking about getting published, and you just have to update your skills and what you know of the industry and stuff. And it's so funny because every time she asks me a question, you come out with a video like the next week about the Writers Becoming Authors series. So I'm like, well, there we go.
Well, this next video is about structure, so that's what we'll be talking about.
You're gonna get kicked out.
I sent chapters of a new book off to my critique partner today, terrified she's going to be like, this is junk, even though rationally I know that will not. I think that's a very normal thought.
That means that you're going to take feedback well, though. That's what I've noticed.
Sorry. I just have to go see what Nick said.
Oh my God, I cannot wait.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh. Okay. I have two kitties trying to say hi. Hello. Definitely action, adventure, and drama. I show no mercy to any character. Finish the How to Write Romantasy audio. Was it difficult to record yourself as opposed to YouTube? Oh, it was definitely much harder to do the audiobook than a YouTube video. Because YouTube videos are shorter. I mean, we had to film this or record the audiobook in 5-hour chunks. So I did 5 hours at a time.
I was there.
And
for a break.
And also with YouTube, like I have my hands and my facial expressions, and with this I had to like
voice it up.
Yeah, I had to emote through my voice more, and just, you know, it was definitely harder, but it was a very like cool experience. Like not a lot of authors can say that they got to narrate their own audiobook, and yeah, it was cool, you know. So it was cool, but it was hard, and by the end my throat hurt. Okay. Why do some authors feel the need to add certain words during a sex scene when it's not really needed? I don't know. You'd have to ask them why they're adding those words. I'm assuming because they like them. I mean, that'd be my guess, is that they like it, or else why would they do it? Oh. I need to stop talking about my book. I might accidentally reveal something. It's fine. I mean, it's just us. We're a small group. IONA was private messaging me about Twitch. I'm supposed to be making the switch to Twitch. I was planning on doing that 2 weeks ago, but then hospital stuff, and so that's the only reason why I haven't yet. Is just too much shit has come up. And then when I finally would have a day, Hold on a second. When I finally have a day that I could do Twitch, I'm just too exhausted.
Yeah. I totally can see that happening because even though I love the Wednesday times and stuff like that, there have been times where I've already am like, okay, I can do this. Like I have to rev myself up for it just because even though I like talking to the people.
Mm-hmm.
But the people, as in the same exact ones who are here right now. Hi.
I finally got Twitch. I'll see you over there. Yay!
Yay! You're gonna like Twitch.
Yeah, last I checked, I was almost at 50.
That's amazing.
Let's see, where am I?
Oh
my goodness, hello! I'm at 48. Hello.
Nice.
Look here. Everyone, look who's here. It's my princess.
Hi, Butters.
She's like, thank you for the new bed. I love it. Thank you. Hi. Oh, up my nose. Okay.
They won't let me find
Say hi.
you.
Say hi to everyone. Oh, you want to give kisses? She's such a
good
sweetie.
kissy girl.
Every morning I wake up to her commando crawling across my chest, up my chest, and then she just and then she just gives me kisses like, "Good morning, Mom, wake up." And so that's my alarm clock. I mean, I do have an actual alarm clock, but that's how I know it's time to start the day is if I get a commando crawl.
That's funny. Yay, Campfire Vampire did.
Thank you.
Follow both of us. That's so exciting. You'll like Twitch too. Because we're also not the weird Twitch people that are like, come on, bruh. There's a prank, bruh. And it's like, okay, no one is watching this actually. But we actually do stuff. It's a prank, bruh.
Sorry, hold on. I'm looking at Cyborg Central. You guys are cracking me up. Hold on a second. Hold on, I gotta update something. Okay. It's time for an update. Hold on. Let me know when you guys see it. I'm updating something in Cyborg Central. Hold on, I need to have the right emoji to go with it.
The GIF is amazing. I can't wait to see what updates.
Okay, everyone.
Oh my God. That's so perfect. Becky knows. Oh, side note about Becky, by the way. Twitch hates her. And they won't let her talk. And so I thought Thomas had it bad because it constantly will put him in timeout. It'll auto mod him all the time for saying the dumbest shit. One time he said bend and it was absolutely not. And then he said something else and it warned everybody watching that there was an aggressive person in the chat and he wasn't even doing anything. And now Becky's made 2 or 3 Twitch things profiles to try and follow and speak, and it let her talk one whole time for 20 minutes, and then it was no, and it just won't let her talk anymore. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Maybe it's the username. Is it Beckerath the Flamebringer? If they're weird about
bend.
Yeah.
One time Saren said gay and they were like, no hate speech, and it's no.
God.
It's you're making it weird, man.
Right. What's your username? I can't find you. Mine is just Jenna Moreci.
I can't find you either unless you send a link. Do you mind putting the link in the chat, maybe?
I suppose.
I don't know why. I even type it it's not
maybe
I'm spelling
maybe
it
it's
wrong.
because I've never actually.
You haven't streamed yet. Yeah. Yep. Because if I put it in directly, I can find it. But if I search you, I cannot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Look at you go. I want to see how many people. I've got 98.
Nice.
Almost at 100. Very exciting. I never thought I'd get to that far.
How do writing sprints work? This is my first. I'm so excited that
yay, Robbie.
You're first. So basically, what we do is we set the timer for 20 minutes, and during those 20 minutes, you need to write whatever you're working on for try and get as many words as possible during those 20 minutes. We will not provide a prompt for you. Someone said, "Where's the little hairy baby?" And she was just like, "I am here."
I love it. Like she came out right as they asked. So.
Hi, Bubba. So she's the hairy baby, and she is here.
Oh my gosh! Did AJ push you up to 50? I think they might have, because she followed you.
Oh yeah, I'm at 50 now. Oh!
AJ's the 50th one.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. Oh wait, I want to see if I can do it.
Look at that, brother.
Yay.
We're at 50. Look at her.
Jenna's at 50.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man.
But anywho, sorry, we got sidetracked. Basically, we'll set the timer for 20 minutes, and then during that 20 minutes, we all try and be productive together. Yes. And you work on whatever it is that you need to work on. So it could be writing sprints, like I'm going to be working on my current work in progress. But there have been writing sprints in the past where I did chores for 20 minutes, or people have done homework for 20 minutes, that sort of thing. The idea is just to try and be productive together, and then we share what we completed afterward.
Writing sprints are fun.
And every time I get a support ticket, I send a support ticket, I get the same auto reply. I'm just blocked. And thank you, breaking the chains. You guys helped me. I appreciate it. Celebrate good times. Come on.
I totally heard that in my head.
Nice. You guys are cracking me up. My first day at my new job, and I'm still writing more news stories.
Yay.
Is that good or bad?
Because I thought they were a journalist.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're excited about it.
Oh, I totally was like, whoa! And it's like, watch their like upset.
I hate it or something. Oh my gosh, my ears are itching. Guys, this is what you have to look forward to for perimenopause. Isn't that embarrassing?
It means that people are saying they like your book. That's why your ears are itching.
Really? We'll go with that.
I just made that up, but I feel like it's true. I feel like it's true in my heart.
I know. No, I did not think that was medical science.
No. I thought you were saying if it was like spiritually, like
no, I
was like, no.
I've been writing my
sorry.
I've been writing my current project since March last year, and I only finished chapter 3 today, feeling discouraged. Dude, I have been there. Okay, I was literally just talking about that at the beginning of this stream. It sometimes life just fucks you over, and like it took me 5 years to release The Savior's Army because shit kept happening, and it's very easy to be I'm feeling discouraged right now. I was talking about that earlier. What is it's behind these. Sorry, one of my autistic things is feeling my hair really bothers me, which is why I wear these headbands so often, is it keeps it off of my neck. But anyway, sorry. But basically, I'm feeling discouraged lately, too, because things keep happening, and I was expected to be further along in my book than I am, and blah, blah, blah.
You still released 2 books last year, which is, like, crazy.
Did I?
And you read them out aloud, like you voice acted.
I released 1 book last year.
Oh, right. Sorry, The Savior's Army counted as 2026.
Yes.
Sorry, I was like... Because they were within close together.
I'll try and remember that. I released a book last year and I released a book this year. Calm down, Jenna. But I just been feeling discouraged because I thought I'd be further along, and lots of I don't know.
It's for different reasons that I get it, because my whole thing is like it's because of life transitions. It's not because of like, I guess, little T traumas, but not like not like yours. you're like on fire. So
Right.
I'm not trying to say like I totally understand because I'm not going through the same things at all. It's just like it
But
was more like a huge life transitions like all the time for some reason. It's like
right,
moving and being pregnant and having a baby and having a concussion and then
right.
job change and I don't know.
And those are still major things. It's like
They
it's hard.
are, but they're not like well the concussion was not fun, but
Mhm.
other than that, like I would count them as little T traumas, not as like
Mhm.
I don't know. So it's
Yeah.
just but it's been like spread out. And so it's made it really like pretty much impossible for me to write. Whereas before I could kind of like come home, dissociate a while, write for hours, and then like be chill. And I'm like, that's just not a possibility anymore. And so it's been like me writing little tiny bits for like 1 week out of the whole month, and then that's all I can do, and I need to be just like happy with that. But I
Right.
understand, I like the discouraging description because it does feel discouraging. That's like the
Yes.
perfect description of it.
Exactly. I was gonna say something, and I'm trying to Oh, I'm at a point where the stuff that Cliff and I have gone through is so crazy that I'm afraid people think I'm making it up. And like I'm afraid that people are gonna
Mm-mm-mm.
start to be like, oh my
Mm.
gosh, Jenna is such a like a
Like a
compulsive
Munchausen's by
liar.
proxy. You're secretly poisoning your husband, and
And
that's
I wasn't thinking that, but now
oh,
that
sorry.
no, like I was thinking that people think I'm like when I say Cliff's in the hospital again, they're like, oh, she's lying. He's fine, and she's just
That
trying to
is
get attention.
well, yes, yes.
No, but I
Um,
thought Munchausen by proxy is like I'm hurting him to put him in the hospital.
oh yeah, it is. Sorry,
Yeah.
but also sometimes people are like actually it like that's like the severe kind, but there is the kind where like someone like has a hangnail and they're bleeding out like they're not
Uh-huh.
they can do
I
that but
see. Yeah, I'm just at a point where like I know I'm eventually gonna have to talk to my agent, and the goal is to be done with this book by late summer, and if I don't have that done, I'm afraid I'm going to be like, well, see, my husband was in the hospital X amount of times, and then this person died, and then this person did this, and it's like I almost feel like she's going to be like, Jenna, like stop making stuff up.
I'm so sorry.
Jeez.
But that sounds like haha,
But
funny relevant joke.
but yeah, so I'm just part of me is like, oh, people are gonna just because like the stuff we have gone through is so next level that I feel like I just if it were me looking at someone else, I might think that they were just trying to get attention, which is why I don't like announce everything that happens. Like Cliff has been hospitalized way more times than I have let people know on YouTube, like way more times. And I will only announce it on YouTube if it's going to affect the YouTube schedule.
Right.
But sometimes he gets hospitalized and I had already filmed all my content, so
Yes.
it doesn't affect anything. And so I don't tell you guys basically. So yeah, all that said is I'm afraid that people are going to think it's fake. Is Cliff even real? What'd you say, Cliff? You what?
Not anymore.
He says not anymore. Don't say that. You doing okay? You don't look like you're doing okay. You're not on camera. Okay, well, I think he's wants to be left alone.
Sorry, that's not funny. It's just like it just you hear his little voice and then it's just like fades out and it's like he would like to be left alone.
Right.
And I'm just imagining him canoeing.
Yes, he's under the blanket. I move the blanket to look at him, and his hand comes out, and he just pulls the blanket
over. Good. That's how you recharge.
Yeah, over here it's are your ears ringing? I think were your ears ringing? And
yeah, where your no, wait, what?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like very similar.
Oh, it was ears burning. It's burning. Yeah.
So it is burning.
Yeah. Burning. Were your ears burning? Jenna, your hair is looking so wild and voluminous today. Thank you. I really need a haircut. Like
your hair grows so fast.
I
crazy fast.
It's just one of those things where it's like we have so many appointments that the idea of like scheduling
adding
another one
more
is like, come on, even though I really like it's, let me remove you can't eat, like, it's just so long. It's
like total, like,
it covers my titties. Like, that's too much. Like, I always measure my hair based on my boobs, and I'm like, it covers my titties. It could be a hair bra. But it's just the idea of doing another appointment when you have so many is crazy. It's what you'll be working on during the sprints. Very cool.
Nice.
Do you have any advice for wanting to publish a book that is connected to a Netflix series? It is fan fiction, but I actually want to publish it.
Then you cannot.
You can't. You can post it online, like you could share it on Wattpad or fanfiction.net or .com or AO3, I think is one of them. I'm not sure. You can post it there, but you can't legally publish it.
Right.
Because that's not your copyright. You don't own the material.
Yes.
So my advice would be to not publish it and not get sued.
Yes.
One of my autistic things are touching my beard a lot, and my OCD is crazy about safety. Yes, safety is a very common OCD thing. You have to change a lot about it. Yeah, you'd have to basically make it not fan fiction anymore.
You'd have to write your own thing and then just like think fondly of the Netflix series. I think it's tough too, because I get you feeling connected to them though.
Sorry, I don't know. He definitely has some out of this world vibes. Sorry. He does have laser eyes. They're tractor beams.
Tractor beams.
They're tractor beams. You're fine. When I was in high school, a girl told everyone she had a liver transplant over the weekend.
That's hilarious.
As one does.
Just getting that transplant done.
Just to transplant, go back to school. That reminds me of the person who was in Cyborg Central and told everyone that they were currently on their deathbed, and the doctor said they needed to take these last few minutes to say goodbye to everyone because they were going to die within the next 20 minutes. And I mean, like, it's obviously fake, but some people in Cyborg Central were believing it. But I'm just like,
I also think it's because people in Cyborg Central are very empathetic, and because they're so honest, they kind of don't think that other people can do that. And this was before me though, but I could see them being like, goodbye, beautiful soul.
And I was just like, oh, that's very, very strange that the doctor said you're going to die within the next 20 minutes and you're here talking to us instead of like
your family.
And then I ended up removing them from the server, but they came back and were like, the doctor was wrong. I survived. And I was like, oh, so are you going to sue them for malpractice because they told you were going to die? Like, that's
in 20 minutes too.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that TikTok skit that went like so wrong and super viral because the kid was trying to do like this thirst trap thing about being, and he's like making himself cry and being like, doctor, it was like the POV things, and it's like, doctor, is she gonna make it? And he wrote out probably not, like PROLLYNOT, and it's like, yeah, and it was like, probably not, my god. And it's like, that's the type of doctor that's gonna, it's like, am I gonna make? Probably not. You have 20 minutes. Could you please
shut up? Yeah, there is a difference between my book and the series. He said calling it fan fiction is not really the right word. Now that I think about it, the book is inspired by a Netflix series, and if you read the book, you could probably see the connection. Then if you can see the connection, then that would probably be skirting the line of plagiarism.
Yes.
So either way, it's still
You're still too close.
Illegal, yeah.
Illegal.
You're breaking the law.
I'll never get over. Oh my gosh, there was this author, and I was like, "Hey, they fell for what's the scam thing where you pay them a bunch of money, and they
Vanity Press.
Yes, they were falling for a vanity press, and they kept telling everyone they're a hybrid author, and I'm like, no, you're not. And they're like, yeah, that's what this is. It's a hybrid author. I'm like, no, it isn't. And they just sounded really dumb. And then something else happened that was like actually like illegal, where they were stealing her money. And I was like, hey, so like you're getting like super scammed. Like, I'm trying to help you. And she was like, no, I'm not. That's illegal. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore ever again.
Did you know that people still do illegal things sometimes?
It's almost like that's why there have to be laws.
Right. It's almost why that's why I'm telling you it's a scam.
Oh God. Could you? Okay, you're going to fall. He's doing this for attention. Stop it. If you're gonna sit here, then sit here. Thank you.
There was a guy in my elementary school who claimed to be born with a fully formed ear on the back of his head. He never did show a scar or anything, though.
No proof. No proof.
It's a damn Christmas miracle. Exactly. Come here, Bubbles. We already played. Come here. Come show everyone your beautiful face. She wants to play. Jenna, how are you? I'm sorry for your bad news last week. We love you. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I am not good, but I'm doing my best. That reminds me of, did you know you have 30 minutes? 30 minutes.
I don't know what that's from.
It's a viral.
Oh, the sound.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The affairs. Oh, the funniest part of this cartoonist understanding of Death Widows. By the way, the affairs was Discord. What?
We are behind.
Yes, I don't know what you mean. I'm afraid it's bad news. You've got a rare disease that kills you in exactly 20 minutes. Oh, get your affairs in order.
Oh!
Okay, what kind of soap opera nonsense? Yes, get your Discord in order. Oh my gosh. Anytime someone says plagiarism, I keep thinking of a handful of dollars or something like that. They copy straight from what?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what a handful of dollars.
Do they mean like? Oh shoot! What's it called whenever you make the money? Like you print fake money.
Ma'am, you are the active victim of continuing crime. God. The reason that she said she's a hybrid author is because there are hybrid publishing houses, which
yes, but they were like, I tried to explain it to her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't even think people do illegal things. So man. Oh, there's a movie called A Fistful of Dollars.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Butters, you're making me feel
I went straight to counterfeit. I was like, do you think we're talking about counterfeiting? What am I talking about?
A Fistful of Dollars was a ripoff of a Kurosawa movie.
Oh, now I understand.
I've never heard of this movie.
I haven't heard of that either, but like that makes sense that he would bring up or that they would bring up the thing. And
I know right now there's a huge issue with the book. I think it's Powerless because it's plagiarized the Red Queen.
Mm-hmm. But then they did a thing where they're like, actually, she plagiarized me, and then everyone hated on the Red Queen, and she's like, mine was published years ahead of time, people. So where?
You know how in classic fairy tales the mom dies of like dying disease, the opposite of plot armor, but I think it would be undiagnosable cancer. How could you know what that was in the 1300s? Dying disease. I love that.
Oh, what was I saw this one thing where it's like,
come see daddy. Come see him.
You probably have ghosts in your arms or something. I don't know. Do some cocaine about it. From like the 1300s.
Hold on a sec. Babe, I'm not actually trying to get her to see you. I'm just trying to get her to stop whining. You hear me? Clifford?
Yeah.
Are you doing really bad?
Oh, buddy.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. It is now I. It's you and me and me and you. And us and your friend Steve. That's what reminds me. Parodies are different from plagiarism. That's purposefully poking fun. Yes, totally. IONA! I like IONA and Creepy Twitch and Folk Witch. I think that's funny. Iona Kachu show, even though he's now mad at me because I told him that he can't knock over the light and the microphone and step on my phone. This is my stream now. Yeah, making sure Cliff and Jenna are okay. There's so much happening at once for them. And it's sad stuff. Yes, Kachu walks over my keyboard all the time. It's annoying. How dare you stifle his creativity? I know. He was like, yeah, he does performance art at all times. I've become drunk with power. Reign of terror. Oh. I don't think there's anything that does like the terror thing other than this one. There. Hi.
Hi. I've relocated. He's okay. He's just really tired, and you can tell he's like
not feeling good.
Yeah. So I asked him if he wanted me to stop the stream, and he said no. And I said, would you like me to go in a different room? And he said that would be helpful. So
perfect.
I'm in my studio right now.
Oh gosh, behind the scenes. This is where the magic happens.
Would you guys like a Cliff? OMG, shut up. No, I just think he wants privacy. But let me see. I did not make up dying disease. It's okay. You introduced it to us. And that's what matters. I would do crimes for Butters. I would too. I would literally, I am not ashamed to admit it. I would do many crimes for Butters. There's that joke about would you slap someone if it could make your dog live longer? And I was just like, bam! I would do more than I would stab someone. Like, okay, go make my dog live. I would just choose a place on the body that's not lethal. Just,
or counterpoint, maybe
stab
try out
horrible.
Killing someone.
Yeah. Someone horrible. Like, okay, let's go.
I love how it's like, it's like, hey, if you slap me, your dog can live a long, 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 long life. And then you're like, I'll stab you. It's like, that's not what we said. This escalated so fast.
Yes.
Oh, it's funny.
I wonder if all those parody TV movies are plagiarized. There's a parody. Parody is not. Oh yeah,
parodies totally different. Yeah.
Parodies are different from plagiarism. Yes, exactly. Oh honey, poor Jenna and Cliff. Oh look who's here! Lucas wants to play. She runs away.
Hi, Butterbutt.
Hey, bubbies. Would you guys like a tour of the studio since we're here? Here we go. This is my wall of book covers. I was going to put all of my book covers
incredible
up here, but then I changed these two covers. So I'm like, well, what do I do? You know,
get more.
But I've got some fan art here.
Ooh.
And I've got, this is the closet. Beautiful closet. These are this is my filing cabinet, and these are my shelves, which have many, many books. These are all Shut Up and Write the Book. These are Le Saver's series. This is my TBR with some gifts. These are not this, but these are all gifts from fans. Look at this little Spock.
I love it.
Spock is falling.
You jumped.
And then this is my YouTube thing and the bookmarks people send me, the signed copy of Ella Enchanted. Six-figure author. Woo. And this is my scrapbook filled with like letters people have sent me. This is a black and red Pegasus.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is someone made it for me. It's like, it's a book, but when you open it up, it's a cubby. And I put little gifts from people, from readers inside of it. And then this is my backdrop. Wait.
Yes.
There we
It's
go.
beautiful.
And then this is what my setup looks
Look
like.
at all your book babies there.
So it's like I've got my lights and stuff. And that TV monitor is where I watch myself to make sure I look okay.
Nice.
And then there's me, with my crazy hair.
Your hair looks really, 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 really nice.
Thank you. It's very dirty. I just saw that one.
Because you're just like panned down.
Yeah.
And I saw all of your beautiful bookie books.
Let's see. Iona has seized power. Okay, Olivia, here's the deal. You asked a question and we gave you the honest answer, and it sounds like you don't like the answer that we gave you, which is totally fine. We are all allowed to feel the way we feel. But at the end of the day, what you are describing
is still plagiarism.
Yeah, either sounds like fan fiction or plagiarism. We could be wrong, and it could be that you just didn't describe it accurately. Plagiarism doesn't mean copying something word for word, although it can be. Right. Like I said, the Red Queen and Powerless example is a great example. It's not copied word for word, and there are many differences, but it's still plagiarism.
Yes.
Based on the information provided, it does sound like fan fiction or plagiarism. So the answer isn't going to change, but that's okay. You can take it or leave it. It's ultimately up to you. You are in the driver's seat, and you can make whatever decision you are most comfortable with. I would recommend not publishing this, or at least seeking legal advice about it. But yeah, that's it. Sometimes we don't like the answers we get.
Yes.
The exclusive VIP experience. Yes. Part of me wants to take you next door so you could see Cliff's music studio, but I don't know. I don't know if he'd want me to do that. So, but is there something on your nose? There's like there's a little ball of lint on the top of her nose.
That's so cute.
You can't see it, but
I
it's
can't.
there. What is in here? Let me get the lint.
Artie has that happen to him all the time.
My dog would do crimes with me. I love that. I'd do it if it would bring all my cats back. Yes. What book covers are on your wall? It's Shut Up and Write the Book, The Savior's Champion, and The Savior's Sister. The original Savior's Champion and the original Savior's Sisters.
Now they have makeovers.
Yes. Just add the new ones with them. I know, but it's like...
It's your brand thing. It's because you didn't write 2 books that...
Right. It doesn't count.
Okay, here's why it counts. Here is why it counts. Hold on.
It's not even that. It's also like they changed the pricing of these plaques and they are now double the price.
Oh, God.
It's like, and so it's kind of like if I would buy more, I'd want to use a different company that's like more affordable. And then it's not going to match what I have. So it's like all like, I don't know, you know?
I think it's worth splurging, but that's me being like chaotic.
On your left, my favorite shelf. Must buy Butters, treats, and toys. Here's the thing. She won't play with them. If you get her toys, we have 1.5 drawers filled with toys that she has not touched.
That's
because
hilarious.
She doesn't want toys unless they are gross. She has like 20 balls.
She has to put in the work.
Yes, to make them
stink them up.
Yeah.
And that means that she'd have to begin again.
It is. She likes her toys stinky and yucky, And so if we have brand new balls that she will not touch because they're not stinky. I have never seen you with your hair down. I wear my hair down in like half of my videos.
Yeah.
That means you need to watch
more videos. Oh yeah.
Take it from someone who used to write fan fiction. It can be just as rewarding as traditional publishing. There's nothing wrong with it. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Example, if I wrote a story about a man whose parents were killed by a robber when he was a kid, and then he became a vigilante dressed like a fox, calling himself Fox Man, then it'd be plagiarism. I don't know why this cracks me up so
It's
much.
good.
It reminds me of my example on my show about Alabama tomes instead of Indiana Jones.
Alabama tomes. That's awesome. Although that might count as parody, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is different. Look at you.
I'm just hesitant to put any fanfic book I've written on Wattpad because last time I did that, no one read it. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd expect different results publishing it traditionally, you know? Like, if anything, it's much easier. It's the reason a lot of writers start off on Wattpad is because it's much easier.
More and they can get more practice and more connections.
It's much easier to get reads on Wattpad. Not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying that that's an easier place. It's going to be harder to get it on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
When does Butters' new hit single release? I assume Butters only loans club the studio. Butters, are you a musician? You still got lint on your nose. She's like, I don't care. I'm saving it for later.
She's starting a new lint nose trend.
Oh, I just saw what you said. Okay. Hold on a second. Ooh. If I wrote a story about characters named Candace and Peter who participate in the starving match where preteens unalive each other, I don't know. That
did happen.
Yeah.
And they did get in trouble, whoever that person was. I remember that.
Now I have 2 copies of TSS. I keep trying to give the first version to someone. I keep thinking about setting up one of those little free libraries in my front yard. Yes. But I think those are supposed to be for like kid books, and all the books that I have.
No, not like totally. Murder. No. It can be for whatever. It doesn't have to be kid books.
All the ones I see online are mostly geared toward kids. So I would be afraid of giving people the wrong idea, and they see the book and they're like, "Oh, this must be a young adult book."
This is about flowers.
Yeah. Let's see. Jenna, I'm rereading TSC in preparation for TSA. It's so good. Thank you. Whee! I have a mustache.
It is so good. Also, how? Since Kachu is making himself my problem, I'm just giving him a manicure while he's insistent on being here.
Butters ASMR could make millions.
Wait until Twitch starts. Once Becky stops her double life and is allowed back on there since she's been banned. I'm just kidding.
Also, Butters makes the cutest noises of any dog I've ever heard. So I do believe that her ASMR would make. She chirps. She just goes like.
She does.
And she goes like.
She does. Sorry, Kachu.
A kid reading TSC. Amazing, yeah.
They learned so much.
I believe you. Hold on, let me pull. I believe you, but I live in an area with lots of little kids, so I worry.
I think that's where I've seen them like with all ages, but that's more in the city.
Actually, now that you mention, I was about to say, I have the originals, but I do. They're literally, I'm like, do I have them? They're literally right
Piles.
there.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have them.
They are collectibles.
I should do a sprint. Third owl here. Oh, are there other owls here?
I think the only one I see is that Grayson has owls. And
Oh, yeah!
one of them is a Pokemon.
Oh. I read The Godfather when I was 9 and I turned out fine. Yeah, it's funny because all these movies that I saw when I was like a little kid, like Poltergeist was my favorite movie when I was in the 4th grade. And it's like, I probably shouldn't have been watching that when I was 9, but whatever.
Yep.
I thought you said owls are collectible. Sure. They can be. Why not? Okay, I should probably do a sprint. And in order to do that, I should probably relocate to a more comfortable space because it's hard for me to write unless I'm comfortable. And this is comfortable as far as the desk goes, but it's not like comfort.
No, it's not writing comfortable for your version.
My throat has been bothering me for days, and I'm like keep being worried that I'm getting sick, but I haven't had any other symptoms, just my throat hurts. So I think it's just stress and stuff.
Or asthma.
Oh. God. Okay. I didn't see The Godfather till last year. My dad was ready to slap me when I told him he's Italian. My dad's Italian, and I haven't seen The Godfather, and he doesn't care. So
I tried to watch The Sopranos because everyone said such good things about it, and I just could not get into it.
I couldn't get into it either, but I think it was one of those things that by the time I tried, it
was like past it. It was like aging, basically.
Yeah,
probably because I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and do a sprint. I'll be good. I'm just not looking. Here's the thing is like I really want to make progress on this book, but I'm just so exhausted that it makes it hard to be creative. So it's not that I want to write.
So. No, yep, it does.
But anywho, what are you going to be working on during this sprint?
I'm going to be a bum because I legit don't have it in me to work on mine. So I'm going to do microfiction.
Nice for Instagram.
Like just a post.
Nice.
No, no. I was going to make it not a vampire thing this time because the first one was demon related. The second one was vampire related. And this time it's going to be necromancy related.
Ooh, the trifecta. Chill, recharge the battery. You weren't here for the beginning. I don't have that luxury. But yeah.
The sentiment is nice.
Yeah,
but it's
I would love
possible.
to.
Yeah.
I would love to. Oh God, this hair.
Brushed you. And yet, I brushed him so much today.
Oh, look at all this hair. Jesus Christ.
Your hair is amazing.
I just need to.
No wonder you were part hair model. I say that like it's like a breed.
Part hair model. Yes, guys, but there was a time when I was a hair model.
Yes.
But the time has long come and gone. It was a time long ago. And they chopped off all my hair, and I said, never again. Never again shall I indulge in these, I don't know. Your hair is goddess mode.
Yes, that is the best description. I liked the Lady Godiva thing too.
Oh. All right, folks. So I'm going to relocate, maybe bring Butters with me, and so she can go outside and have fun. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining. We are just about to start writing sprints, where you write as much as possible with whatever project you're working on, for 20 minutes. And so I'm going to relocate during those 20 minutes, and I'm going to try and finish up this chapter that's making me want to die. Where am I? Let's see. I'm on page 12 of 17. This is a long chapter. Shit.
Oh, I thought you meant in the beginning. I was like, are you editing it again?
No.
Fine.
I'm on page 12 of 17 of this chapter. This is a 6,600 word chapter already.
Damn.
So I'm gonna be
Okay.
needing to do some trimming. This is no wonder this chapter killed me. But I left off at where did I leave? I left off at of course, besides, you'll have to stay home to raise the children. She gestures to her half-empty plate and cook the meals. Jamie can't spoil you like this forever. So we left
every
off with
single thing that she said in that interaction was something I have dealt with personally and know many, 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 many people who have too.
Yeah, so I'm sure it'll be relatable, but I'm sure there will be trad wives who are offended, but they'll be offended by everything in the book. So
that's fine. Yes.
All right, All right, guys, we are setting the timer. 20 minutes. My fucking throat. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, how did everyone do? I'll go first. I am now on page 14. So I got through 1.5 pages, and I was wrong. It's not a 17-page chapter. It's just because, well, it's gonna end up being 17 pages realistically, but it's because I have the old version at the end. So that's like 3 pages right there that are going to get deleted. So, but it'll still be a long chapter, just not as long as I was thinking.
Nice.
How did you do?
I ate a piece of cheese, and then I'm like halfway
Delicious.
through my microfiction. So that's
Nice. Amazing. I'm excited to read it.
yay.
Did a critique and scarf down some cookies. Lovely. I also relocated to the guest room. This is where I used to stream all the time. Let's see. Good luck, Jenna. Thank you. I can't wait to eventually read this book and be like, this was the chapter that Jenna hated. It's because my OCD got really bad. Like, it's the chapter itself, like there's nothing, like it's all stuff that I'm used to writing and all stuff that I'm super familiar with. It's some romantic stuff and mostly frustration and writing about this girl's this woman's shitty people in this woman's life. My OCD just got really bad while I was working on this chapter, and it made me second guess everything. And I was just like, is this gonna be okay? And everyone's like, it's fine, Jenna, stop it. And I'm just like, you know, and I had to have a whole OCD therapy session just about this fucking book.
It's okay. I honestly, that's so real. So real.
But I'm taking her advice. I'm doing what she said to do, and I feel better now. So
good.
My whole thing was that there were lots of things I was being OCD about, but the one that I've been talking about the most because it's bothered me the most is the fact that one of my characters is Gray Ace, and I have never in my life told a person I was Gray Ace unless they were Gray Ace too.
Yes.
I have never in my life told a person I was Gray Ace and had it go well. Most people do not understand what that is. And a lot of people don't believe it's a real thing. And they say horrible things. So I was making all these plans to like do a huge explanation about Grace in the book and like update this and then explain this part and this part and this part and this part. And I just realized, and then it got to a point where I was like, I hate books like that. I hate books. The whole reason I'm writing a Gray Ace character is because I'm writing the kind of characters that I wish I could see. And I hate when it gets turned into this giant, after school special. And obviously there's going to need to be some explanation, like a little bit.
Because they're talking to each other too.
Right.
And they're learning.
And there needs to be some explanation just for the sake of realism, because it's not realistic for her to go, I'm Gray Ace, and for him to be like, I know exactly what that is, because most people don't. So there needs to be some explanation, but I was overdoing it. And I was telling my OCD therapist, I was like, it's all because of the readers, and I know people are going to react badly to it. And I wish that I could make them not be bigoted or not be ace-phobic, but I can't. And she's like, so you want to control the reaction in a situation that you have no control.
That's all we ever really want about every single thing.
Right. And she's like, I was like, yeah. She goes, so what if you just not explain it? She goes, just don't explain it. Just write the book that you wanted to read, write it the way that you wanted it to be, and let people not get it.
Because also, even if you explain it, they're still not going to get it.
Yeah.
Google is free.
Because she's like, because at the end of the day, if they're ace-phobic, you repeating it over and over again is not going to help. And you know this. And she's like, it was all stuff I already know, but it's just a part of OCD.
Validating hearing it.
Yeah, it's just a part of OCD to be like,
yes,
you want to control these things even though you can't.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. There's still going to be there's like one scene where he Googles Gray Ace, and then they talk about it briefly. Because what I wanted to do was have sort of like the Gray Ace equivalent moment of I like the wine, not the bottle. You know, that's what I wanted in my book because I liked how they handled that in Schitt's Creek. I thought they had
Me too.
And so I wanted it, and I'm using the way I describe it to people, and they always really like it, which is describing it to like. I'm having her describe it the way I describe it, which is that have you ever seen a delicious looking pizza, but you weren't hungry? That you could still eat the pizza even if you're not hungry, you know? So I'm using that. And so that it'll be him Googling it and the pizza, and then that's it.
Good to go.
But I was just getting like so like about it. And this is the first this chapter is when she reveals she's Gray Ace. So
I see. Well, no wonder. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm not picking on you at all. I promise. I'm just well, this is why it's hard.
Yeah.
On top of traumatizing things happening at the same time, because that's always how it works out.
So it's not the explanation, but this is the chapter where she goes. She reveals that she's only slept with one person before, and he's kind of like, you don't have to lie. Like, you're allowed to have a sexual history. You're 30 years old, and she's like, I'm Gray Ace, and he's just like, oh, and she goes,
you don't know what that is, and he's like, yes, I do.
Yeah, she's like, are you going to ask me what that means? And he's like, do you want me to ask you? And she goes, it's just most people don't know. And he was like, oh, I'm not as stupid as you think. And and the chapter ends with her being like, he definitely doesn't know what it is. And then the next chapter opens with, okay, so I definitely don't know what that is. I definitely
don't know what it is.
But yeah, so like, and I really liked that moment, but I was second guessing it and everything. And my OCD therapist, who's wonderful, her name is Kelly, she was just like, why don't you just not explain it and just let people be acephobic? You know, you're going to get bad reviews. It's not going to be everyone, you know, she just write the book that you wanted to read. So like I said, there will still, in the next chapter, he's going to Google it and then ask her the pizza question. And that's it. That's it.
Side note, even though I love I like the label, not the wine, or I love the wine. Wait, no. I can do this. I love the wine, not the label. Wow.
And I want to be clear that I'm not copying that. I've been using
No. This is just a side note. I had no idea what the fuck was going on during that scene. I took it way literally, and I was like, why are they like this is so stupid. This is for sure an autism moment. Because I was like watching it. My husband was too, and he was like, that was really sweet. And I was like, why did they talk like that? I'm scared and confused. I didn't understand what was going on. He was like, about the wine, and I was like, why was that sweet? They didn't even buy any wine for each other. She was just asking him, and he was being really confusing, and I don't understand. He's like, oh, they're talking about sexual. I'm like, no, they weren't. And he really had to be like, no, he's like finally he's like, it's a metaphor. And I was like, oh, and it just was like I understood, but my God, that was so embarrassing. But I'm glad that but the vibe, yes.
Yeah.
But you can let people be acephobic, and also if there's some people that are stupid, it's also fine. Because their husbands will explain it to them.
Well, my whole thing is I was just saying that I'm not copying that because the pizza thing is something I've been saying for years before the shit.
You've said it on your channel.
Yeah.
Before. I literally 8 or 10 or something years ago.
Yeah, so but I use that as the example of I like how it's handled because not everyone knows what pansexual is, and so they explained it in an easy way, and
yes,
I want to do that as opposed to being like, well, kids gather round, you know. But anywho, did a critique and scarf down some cookies.
Nice.
Bossing my outline. That's exciting. 673 words. That's amazing.
I think that's great. Oh, wait. I want to see how many words I wrote. Despite my cheese eating. I'm so glad I'm not lactose intolerant. Like a weakling.
May you educate those of us who are not familiar with the term. I'm sorry.
256.
This is more or less.
I feel like that's pretty much kind of it.
I know what you are. Say it. You're a gray ace. Jenna, I don't want to be morbid, but maybe do a different food than pizza
Why?
because of Hollywood. I'm assuming that's what.
Oh, no. Pizza lives on. We will not let them defile pizza the way they already have. Pizza is something.
I'm not going to let them ruin pizza for me. Well,
no.
And to be clear, I mean
she's Italian.
Pizza.
This is offensive. I'm just kidding.
I'm excited to read this book since I'm questioning if I'm ace.
Oh, nice.
Butters. But yeah, so to elaborate on what Maggie said, gray ace basically means that you are mostly asexual.
Mm-hmm.
But there are very rare occurrences where you might experience sexual attraction. And when I say very rare, I don't mean like I'm only attracted to blondes. I mean
it's not a type. It's like special circumstances.
Special circumstances. And there are different kinds of gray ace. The one that most people are familiar with is demisexual, but even that
people get so confused about
no one understands. I saw people insisting that pansexual and demisexual are the same thing. God, that's like complete opposites. Mm-hmm. There's agosexual. That's what I am. It's a specific type of gray ace. I think it's pronounced agosexual. Just makes me think of waffles. It's like I'm sexual for waffles. That's not what it is. But anyway, yeah. I did Google it also. I feel very educated. Yo, are we doing Pizzagate in Jenna's comments? Yeah, I guess so. It's like, come on, like, don't lump me in with. I'm not in Hollywood, okay? Like, so now even normal people can't talk about pizza. Like, I'm not allowed to talk about pizza. God. Again, I mean actual pizza. I don't mean children. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, guys. I'm not famous. Leave me alone. Do you ever book hop? I have 6 books in the same series on the go, and this method works for me. A lot of my friends think I have ADHD. My brain is electric. You probably do have ADHD.
What you're describing certainly sounds like ADHD. Yeah. But I also flip-flop between book hopping and then being like, that is blasphemous to read anything else right now. So I do go back and forth.
Yeah, I don't do that, but if it works for you, it works. You got to do what works for you.
Mm-hmm. I'm currently in an unable to read state. I hate when this happens.
I'm sorry, guys. I get where you're coming from, but I feel like
it's good to like we're like messing with you, but also it's good to be like, hey, maybe, and then we thought about it, and it's not the same thing. Yeah, it would be one thing if you were like,
I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah, it would be one thing.
You know, I'm not. What's her name? What's that chick? The one who's married to John Legend, and she's like really pizza-gatey. Yeah, I'm not Chrissy Teigen. I'm just some chick on YouTube.
Wait, she's really famous. What did you say?
She's one of the like prime people they use as an example to try and validate Pizzagate.
What?
Yeah, she tweets about pizza a lot, and she also tweets about kids a lot.
She was, yeah, I don't like her. She was really weird to this one. No. She is really upsetting.
So yeah, a lot of people think that she's, you know.
I wouldn't be.
I'm not trying to get demonetized, so I'm avoiding specific.
Yes, but she, when she was like, as an adult, she was telling this one kid. I remember she went on her, like after her. It was this very like harmed, exploited kid, older teen, and she was like KYS, and I was like, what is happening? Like, why are you talking about? And I don't know, she's just said very, very alarming things to people, so I would not be surprised.
We knew what you meant. We knew you meant writing.
Oh, I did not, sorry.
Oh. I thought
it's like we did not, but Jenna knew what was going on.
I thought you did because you were saying how you hop from book to book. I thought you talked about because you have been hopping from project to project.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I thought you were talking about.
I've been reading like that though. But no, yeah, no, yeah.
The only time I can hop from writing project to writing project is if I'm working on a fiction and nonfiction at the same
I was
time.
like, you just did that. Like, it worked well for you.
I can only do it if one's fiction and one's nonfiction.
That's fair.
Because then one is fully my voice and the other one is a fully different voice.
Yes,
So yeah.
I totally, it is totally different parts of your brain, for sure.
But if I'm going from fiction to fiction, I can't do that because then it's different genres and I'll start bleeding the characters. And
yeah.
So Pizzagate solely exists in like Hollywood and politics. Mm-hmm. So the regulars can talk about it because we're not in these secret societies and all this shit. Like I would hope we're not. I'm not.
I might be. I'm just kidding.
But like, so it's about like, it's like if Anne Hathaway said,
then it's different.
Yeah, but
then it's different.
But I think sometimes people forget that I'm a regular person. I'm not I'm regular. I guess.
My babo says regular smegular. And I was like,
regular
not
smegular.
Because she can't say SH is like, she just says S for SH. So she'll be like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And so she'll be like, so she heard me say regular schmegular, and she'll be like, that's just a regular smegular.
Is it, how do you pronounce this? Psyop?
Psyop, yeah.
Okay. I reject the premise of Pizzagate that shit has to be psyop.
Like, well, I'm going to say it in like a totally monetizable way. So Pizzagate happened and they target, and the information turns out was accurate. Because now we're seeing that every accusation was like a self-report. So the pizza thing is real, but back the very, very first time we heard about it, they were targeting this like immigrant family that doesn't even have a basement in their, like, I think it was like a DC pizza shop, and it was really sad because it was getting like rated and reported all the time, and it's like it was just this family that was like, what is happening? And it just happened to be the target of all these rumors. But now in the year of 2026, we know that the rumors were true. Just it was all emails. It wasn't actually like a physical shop. Yeah. Yes.
If my friends who have ADHD think I have ADHD and hyperempathy. Hyperempathy is just a symptom of being neurodivergent. It's not like at least I don't think it's like a separate diagnosis.
No, it's like it can be like a sign, but it's also a sign of trauma too. So, but also I've never met someone who's neurodivergent who isn't traumatized in some way by at least
join us.
One of us.
So I'm a first timer. Welcome to.
I love that this is your first time here. You dropped right into the chaos, but it's fine.
Yeah. How do I edit? The whole Easter weekend I spent editing like 12 hours and I made it to page 15. I can't do an editor. I'm broke and not even publishing. Yeah, if you're not publishing, you don't need an editor. But I actually have multiple videos on this.
On how to self-edit?
Yes, on how to self-edit. I also have a full chapter devoted to this in Shut Up and Write the Book. So even if you can't buy Shut Up and Write the Book, you can get it at the library for free because you said you're broke. So definitely check it out because that has the most information. Sorry, I just asked the dumbest question.
No, you're right. Yes. Okay. And it's stupid. Not the question. I'm like, what are we? A teenager?
I get it though.
But I used to like not make fun of. That's not the right word, but I'd be like, oh, thank God I don't have that.
Now you're like, no.
Never mind. And it was funny because like, okay, basically it was like
as far as I'm concerned, you guys are famous. Oh, thank you.
Famous in your hearts.
Really? I didn't know that. Sorry, Iona is spilling tea.
Yeah,
I'm not
about
a regular
myself, but
YouTuber. I'm a
still.
cool. What I can say is a lot of YouTubers that I've met are like not great people.
They're
So
horrible.
there's a lot of narcissism in the YouTube community.
Listen, it's like that with therapy too, though. There's a lot of therapists that are narcissistic too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Sorry, I'm just like
so
complaining. Now I'm done.
yeah. So I am not a regular YouTuber because I like live in my little
I
hole.
am
Like
not a
away from
regular YouTuber. I'm an empathetic YouTuber.
Yeah.
I have empathy.
Hi Jenna, I've been watching you on and off for at least 8 years now, and for some reason this is the first live stream I've been able to join. Well, welcome,
Yay.
Marsh the Bun, eh?
See, I think it's Marsh the bunny, like a bunny, but I don't think
Oh.
that's true. I don't think that's true. That's just
Oh.
what my brain is saying. Marsh is a cool name.
I'm a first timer in the writing field. Been working on my book for about a
Ooh.
month. I've been learning as I go, and I can't even imagine hopping from project to project.
It's okay. Just
Yeah.
stick with the one thing.
It wasn't until my hold on, 1, 2, 3. Wasn't until my 5th and 6th books that I could do 2 at the same time. So
and it makes sense that it wouldn't be until then, because that's whenever you were doing nonfiction stuff too, where it was like just that specific type of setup that you never would have guessed before. That's why you're able to make it happen and do 2 at once.
Hyperempathy can also be HSP.
Highly sensitive person. Highly sensitive person is not a scientific term, but I get people feel connected to it. Kind of like a lot of people would be like, I'm an HSP. It's like someone saying I'm an empath, where you're like,
Yeah,
it's not really like
it's not
in real, but I'm not like shitting on people who say that either. But it's right. Usually like off label. It's like
it's kind of. I take it as kind of like saying I'm an Aquarius, which is like it's like fun, and you may feel a connection to the label, but it's not like
it's not like scientific, like like diagnostics wise. Yeah.
I thought hyperempathy was different. I read up about it. It's 2% of the population. I mean, Iona is a licensed therapist, so
yeah.
That sounds like a. Let me think.
I wonder how much of the population is autistic. I bet you it's like 2%.
I'm seeing somewhere hyperempathy disorder is a mental health condition where individuals experience other people's emotions with such intensity that it becomes overwhelming. Huh.
Is it?
It's saying it's saying a lot of autistic people have hyper.
Yeah, and also I just saw that only 3% of the population is autistic, so it kind of like is lining up, because not every autistic person has hyper empathy either. Right. It's like, but and someone can technically be hyper empathetic and not be autistic, but it's usually because they have been through trauma, and so they're able to understand other people way better.
I'm always so curious what we're messaging about mental health.
Yeah, I was spilling the tea about my own.
You're both such total queens. The internet booktube loves ya. Oh, thank you.
That's so nice. Yeah, it's not in the DSM-5, which is what the US uses. It's an informal term. Just like, like HSP and stuff like that. Hyper empathy disorder. It's not a real one, but that doesn't mean anything. Like just like for instance, side note, I am of the full belief. I have to say belief because the studies haven't caught up yet, but prediction that CPTSD is a thing. Like it is a thing, but it's not in the DSM-5, for example. But that one has more scientific backing than hyper empathy or an HSP or something. So that is my pedanticness. All done.
Do you edit as you go or wait for the whole book to be finished first? I edit as I go, but not everyone is cool with that, and that's fine.
I have to like do that now because it's too overwhelming to not edit as I go from now on. Like I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed and upset with like the emotion I felt writing it not matching when I reread it back and it being that far different from my connection to, I don't know.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Okay. People who tell you they're empaths are either the kindest people or literal demons from hell. Every person I've met who called themselves an empath was awful. I'm not
I just
saying...
sent you a video about that.
Oh, really?
Literally today. It's a reel that I sent you. But yeah, because if you think about it, like if it starts off being something that helps people connect, especially when they're extra vulnerable, of course there's going to be people that swoop in and like exploit it, which is unfortunate. So.
Before my therapist quit, she said HSP, but
I think that's a great way to start educating you about it. Because I also said the same thing to like my clients, where I was like, oh, you just might be a highly sensitive person. I'm not saying this is the case for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is totally separate. This is just my own experience using it. Where I'd be like, oh, and they'd be like, oh, what's a highly sensitive person? And I'd be like, oh, well, it means that you like have big feelings and you're able to connect with people and you're really good at like you have a high emotional intelligence and all that stuff. And it's like you're just really able to really understand people, have good empathy. And then as they came to understood, that was my personal way to like launch pad them into being like, so you have PTSD and like it's not what's on TV, but their window of tolerance was like you have to work with each client needs a totally different thing. And that's the beauty of therapy. So I am not saying that your therapist is wrong or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that like that's not like a scientific term.
Right.
And
it could be a stepping stone to a scientific diagnosis.
Yes. Because anytime someone's like, oh, like if they came to me and they were like, I'm an HSP and I really struggle with this and that, I can start getting a bigger picture of like how I can support them, but like also bill their insurance. Cause I'm like, listen, all this shit is made up and we're going to do the best we can, but I do have to put in like something to the insurance. So it helped me get a better idea as to what was
going on. And that's another example. I have CPTSD, but I am diagnosed as having PTSD because CPTSD isn't in the DSM-5. So it's not technically diagnosable yet. So it's one of those things where like my doctor said, so or my therapist says, so you have CPTSD, but I can't call it that. Like I can't
no, but
put
like
that in the file.
Treatment will be for CPTSD specifically because childhood stuff does get a different intervention than like a car accident or a tour. I hate that it's called a tour.
So like my, when you look at my psychiatrist and my file there, it just says PTSD, but everyone there on my team knows that it's CPTSD. It's just the scientific community isn't going to acknowledge that term. And like Iona said, there are some diagnoses that it takes steps to get there. Like I got what a lot of women get. I was first diagnosed with anxiety, and then that turned into anxiety. And first I was diagnosed with depression. Then I was diagnosed with anxiety. Then I was diagnosed with PTSD. Then I was diagnosed with autism. Then I was diagnosed with CPT. So it's like a progression thing.
Stones thing. And some of them are stepping stones as in you have to put it into insurance a particular way or they won't support you, which is I have so many feelings. And then on the other hand, there's a personal window of tolerance we all have. Like and you need to have the information given to you by a professional in little bits that match what you're able to handle. It's like, I'm sure we all have had experiences where we just shut down. We're like, I cannot like hear this anymore. Whether it's like a partner complaining about their work, or someone telling you a fun fact like I'm doing right now, or like a clinician telling you 5 million things that you have to remember. Be like, there's a certain point where your brain is just like, I can't take in any more information. And it's the therapist's job to try and figure out where your window of tolerance is and give you little bits of the information that you need, just like distilled down. And that, at least that's how I used HSP.
Yeah. And there are also, this is not, I'm not saying this is Maggie's situation, but there are some diagnoses where it's kind of like really, there's like lots of negative stereotypes, and it's really scary to get that. So so the doctors are sort of like taking years to be like, so by the way.
Yes. No, I can't tell you how many people that I work with, that lovely people, they totally had borderline. And that comes from childhood trauma, by the way. Like, it should not be as stigmatized as it is. It's gross how stigmatized it is. And I started talking to people about their borderline diagnosis, but it started off with, you're an HSP, you're able to connect with others, because it's true. It's true. So yeah.
Iona taking a silly drink from her big cup after going full science queen was fucking iconic.
Thank you. It's water.
Right after me saying I was called HSP, they're nice or demons. No, he was saying empath.
Empath. Those are the people that are like, okay, have you ever met someone who's like, I'm an empath? And then they're like,
yeah, there's a whole trope of people who go, I'm an empath, and they all have the big hats. Those big basic bitch hats. They all listen to Taylor Swift.
MLM hat.
Yeah, they listen to Taylor Swift and they cry and get snotty over her music.
You have to watch the reel that I sent.
It's a very specific subgenre niche of people, and they don't say HSP, they say empath. They say it like they're spiritual.
Yes, because it is more like, it's like this. No, what I'm not trying to say marketed, but like, it's this belief spiritual practice. It is like, empathy is a thing, but like an empath is not.
Right.
That is a spiritual term.
They're the same girls who will try and sell you, supplements and crystals. Yeah.
Yes.
Professor Buttercup would like to weigh in with her opinion. I should let her outside, but I hate having her outside and I can't see her because, we have hawks and stuff.
Yeah.
I liked that 20-minute session. We do this all the time. We're very autistic. Let's see.
Yes, it sounds like conceptually similar to the self-described nice guys. Yes. Because just like there are real nice guys and there are real empaths, it's the presentation of it that you're like, okay, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting caught up.
You're fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma around autism, but a lot of autistic people, like, I don't care. I've had people call me a retard, and it's like, my IQ is higher than yours, so.
Also, I'm hearing about people who kind of suck, who are autistic, and I'm just like, well, they suck because they suck, and not because they're autistic.
Right.
Like, hold on. I don't want him in the club.
Oh, I know who you're gonna say, I think.
No.
Oh!
I know! I was like, no. You thought I was gonna say
Elon.
What's his face? The
South
African guy.
Elon,
that one. So no.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And he was like, I've always struggled with people. I'm like, yeah, because you're a psychopath. Well, I shouldn't say that, because also psychopathy is very stigmatized, and that's not actually. But you're like, he's like awful to people. I was like, like, I think it's because of my autism. I'm like, nope, that's not why.
Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, but yeah, there's autism around being autism around being
autism around being stigma.
Yeah, they're a stigma, and I don't. That's one of the things about being autistic is like there are social hierarchies, and we don't care about those, and so that's kind of like the nice byproduct.
Questioning the norm.
Although there was a period of time where I was questioning if I was autistic, and I was like, but I don't want to be autistic. And then eventually I was
never
like,
change it for the world.
Right. Then eventually I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm autistic, and I don't even want to be around people who aren't autistic or aren't neurodivergent.
I am at a place with my OC, or I'm not at a place yet with my, sorry, what is happening? I want to be at a place with my OCD where I would not change it. But right now I do not feel that way. But I do feel that way about my ADHD and autism. I would never, ever change that for the world. Yeah. I think it's great. Not there with OCD yet. My God.
Yeah. Same. I'm not there with OCD, but I am. I love being autistic, and I would never want to be neurotypical. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Evening, Jenna, new writer here, aspiring to be traditionally published someday. Pleasure to meet you too, Nathan. Thornwood. That's a great
name.
Author name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elon claims Elon. He is his own circle. I overheard my family making fun of me once, like, that HB, she's so smart, but I worry about her. She's so different. And at first I was hurt. And then I was like, you know what? I'm okay with that one.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you gotta... What got me is, because at first I was like, no, I don't want to be autistic. But what changed my mind is seeing the people who were talking shit about the traits that the people who talked shit about that, I would never want to live their life. So the people who look at me and are like, what a weirdo, like, oh my gosh, she's so, like, I'm worried about her, she's so not normal. When I look at their lives, it looks like miserable hell. And so it got to a point where it's like, well, why do I care what you think when you're not in a place that I would ever want to be? Like, what you consider normal to me, I consider like hell. I would never want to live that life. So, so that's what really changed it with me, is that all the people that I liked and all the people that I, was like, wow, this is great, this is cool, they were all like autistic or ADHD. They were all neurodivergent, and they were living the kind of lives that I liked. And so I was like, why am I caring about, like, I'm sure my family thinks I'm weird, because I spent a good chunk of my childhood being told that I needed to be normal. And I know they probably still think I'm weird, I mean, they think it's wild that I don't want kids, they thought it was weird that I didn't want a diamond ring when I got engaged, and I wanted a ruby, just like they yes. Like, they just, I'm very unconventional, and it's strange to them, and I'm fine with that, because, and I mean, no shade to my family, like, the lives they live, that's not, I would never want that, and I don't mean that, and they're loving it, obviously, it's working for them, so that's great.
We need all kinds to make the world go round.
I know, Brighter, she was doing the thing.
We missed.
Come on, do the thing for everyone. No? You just want to give kisses? She's waiting for... Okay, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay, thank you.
She's so cute.
Are you going to do the thing? No, just going to rub your face in the bed? Why don't you do the thing for everyone? No? Okay. All right, guys. Maybe we should get back to talking about writing. I think my chapters are too long, but I don't want to cut them down. My question is, how big of a turnoff is it for a book? Chapters can be however long you need them to be. I would say try to keep your chapters under 30 pages. And I would say if most of your chapters should be like, it's a lot. And I'm talking about like a Word doc page. 10 pages is usually a pretty good, like, average, I guess.
Except for your penultimate chapter.
Yes.
In TSA.
Yeah, that was a long one.
I never want you to touch that one. That was so good.
Yes. Thank you. But yeah, I did read a book where one of the chapters was over 100 pages, and I had to tell that person, like, dude, what were you thinking? Like, that was not a good idea. But yeah, I would say every once in a while it's okay to have a big chunk, but it depends on what your definition of a big chunk is. To me, a big chunk is like a 30-pager.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about my ADHD with my cousin, and they said ADHD is only a Western thing, and that only America have, and there's nothing wrong with me. It's like, well, it's just because it's not diagnosed elsewhere doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Also, it is.
Mm-hmm.
There is something to be said, side note, which I think is really cool, is how symptoms are still symptoms, but how they show up in society, like what's noticeable, what symptoms are more noticeable, what symptoms kind of blend in more. But yeah, that's not true. It's not just in the US.
Do either of you use a specific story structure? I am just a big fan of using the standard Freytag's pyramid. That's what my video topic is going to be on Wednesday, so check it out.
I know, you're like, see, it's like happening where someone's like, what about this? And you're like, well, I actually have a video coming out about that.
And what was I going to say? I have a chapter, possibly 2 chapters about this in Shut Up and Write the Book and in How to Write Romantasy. So check them out.
Yeah. I think I used the Fichtean curve for Ashes. But is that the one that looks like a bat wing? Hold on. Yes, I used the Fichtean curve.
Single space or double space, sorry to be pedantic. If you are talking about in the book itself, like the published book.
No, she's talking about, or they're talking about how many pages is too long for like a chapter when you're typing it
mine
up.
is 1.5.
Like if it's too...
Yes.
Oh, spaces. I was like, not 1.5 pages. What are you talking about? But no, 1.5. 30 pages or less. Or less than 30 pages, 1.5 space.
I've read 7,000 word chapters and 700 word chapters. If it works, then it works.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
They can be over 5,000 words. I mean, that's not a long chapter to me. So,
yeah.
I don't know. The one I'm working on right now is already at 6,800. So, whatever. Yeah, my sister who lives in Denmark was diagnosed with ADHD. Yeah.
I also do think there's also something else to be said about overdiagnosis of certain stuff. Not specifically ADHD, but that can sometimes happen. Like, for instance, in like Latino culture, there's a lot of folks that are they're accidentally diagnosed with ADHD, but they don't actually have it. And it's like related to something else going on. But that's just like a really specific caveat.
I think the longest one I ever did was 7,500. I puked it out in one day, and holy crap, was it amazing. Aww.
Good.
They can have 12 scenes. Okay, now that's unless you have a different definition of what a scene is, you shouldn't have 12 scenes in one chapter. Mm-hmm. And it's weird to me that 5,000 words, that's 400 words per scene. And 400 words is like a page and a half. And a scene should not be a page and a half long. So scenes are like usually at least 5 pages. So anyway, you got some splaining to do. I'm so tired. Okay, I gotta get back to this chapter, and also my laptop is dying. So all right, guys, let's do
another sprint.
Yeah, sorry, I keep getting distracted. All right, guys, we're gonna do another sprint, and I'm gonna get my. Yes, I said sprint. She comes looking out like, what
She's so good at noticing that.
All right, I'm gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. Come here. We need sprint kisses. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Here. Do you think on overdiagnosis that it's comparable to the overprescription that happened during the opioid epidemic?
No, but I could go a long time about that. I do think there's overprescription of some stuff, but I never want to tell anyone that's the case because I'm not a med provider. But there is some stuff where I'm like, is it because you actually need that medicine, or is it because of like what society's pressuring you to do, and that no human could handle that without some sort of substance to help them? That's a separate thing. And then the opioid epidemic happened for very disgusting and specific, well thought out and lying reasons that this disgusting family, it was completely premeditated and targeted and gross. So that's something else. But that's my super short. I'm very proud of myself for how short I made that. Actually.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go set the timer for 20 minutes and grab my charger and then work more. I know. I said it. She keeps coming to the doorway and going, are we ready? Okay. All right. Setting timer, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The sprint ended a while ago, but I was like, oh, I'm just going to finish this one line. And that was half a page ago. Oops. You're muted.
Oh, okay. I was sucked in, so I was like, this is fine. I didn't even realize.
I looked at my phone. I'm like, damn, this is a long sprint. And then I realized, oh, I turned it off.
Cancel. Wow. I was just trying to hit save and I hit exit and then almost clicked don't save. And I was like, what is happening? Oh my God. Okay, there we go.
But I'm officially on page 15. I left off at, are you serious? Wow, men really are the worst.
I already know that people are going to be mad about it. And that's the thing where it's like, be mad then.
Yeah.
And also it reminds me of whenever people are like there's white people and then there's a white people.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, we don't hate white people.
Right.
We hate white people.
Right.
Just like we don't hate Karens. We hate Karens.
Yeah.
You know? And it's the same thing. We don't hate men, but we hate men. And it's just different.
And also it's a male character who's saying this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, a female woman wrote it, but still it's Jamie who's saying, wow, men. But the funny thing is the character's not talking about men in this case, but he thinks she is. She's talking about her mom.
I love that so much. I love the like layers of it of like men. It's like, yes, but also this is a mom trauma.
Yeah, we're actually talking about women. And there's actually, now that I think about it, there's lots of mom trauma in this book for I keep wanting to say Iona. For Elena, there's mom trauma, and then
yeah.
And then for Jamie, there's new grandma trauma, you know. So I hope that, well, I was gonna say, I hope people don't think I'm trying to hate on women, but I hate on a lot of men in this book
too.
Yeah, so. I hate on a lot of men in this book. So. I just saw what Casey posted.
Let me see. The best thing I've ever seen. Oh,
I can't breathe, Casey. That killed me. Oh my God, that killed me. Oh, that was great.
Wow.
Oh, amazing. It kind of looks like I'm like really excited to be here. Like, yes. Oh, okay. All right. So what I got done, what I got done, half a page here and then a page here. Yeah, I got a page and a half. So I'm almost done with the chapter. I'm at, but I just left off at the part where I'm not sure if I'm I'm trying to trim things down because I know that I can get heavy-handed with dialogue.
Sure.
So I have this moment, this exchange between, I was gonna say Tobias and Elena. Like this extreme exchange between Jamie and Elena, and I don't know if I should. I know. No, I'm not making that my profile picture. I know the answer. I know that I should delete it. I just like it.
Why do you have to delete it?
Because I get too heavy-handed with dialogue exchanges. They're too long.
It's like a darling situation. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not like it doesn't have a place. Mm-hmm, it's just like it makes sense.
Not particular.
Tobias and Elena, crack shit of the century. Yeah, she's a little too old for him. As it is, she's older than Jamie, but they're only 2 years apart. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just not necessarily necessary. It's where she goes, "Did your mom know you're bi?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "Was she okay with it?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she says, "I'm jealous." And he goes, "You're bi?" And she's like, "No, I just mean it sounds like your mom was really nice. And I know I don't need it, but I like it."
That's really sweet. I don't want. Wait, why don't you need it?
Because it's supposed to be a little. It was originally written to like foreshadow that Iona. I keep wanting to say Iona, that Elena has issues with her mom.
Yeah.
But I've already added more issues with her mom earlier in the book, and even earlier in this chapter she has a full-on conversation with her, so I don't need to foreshadow that anymore. So it would just be more of what I've already contributed.
I see.
I'm gonna delete it before I
talk you into keeping
it. I know it's but it's like
it's not even that long.
Well, the whole with narrative, it's half a page.
Okay.
If Tobias cheated on Layla, she'd go full savior on his head.
1,000%. And I would fully support.
I don't think Elena's his type. Well, no, she's a bitch, and Layla's a bitch. She likes bitches, so I will always write men who like bitches.
I feel like Elena's more like.
She's kind of like an Eminem. She's hard on the outside,
yes.
and then you get to know her, and she's.
Layla is like notably sweet right off the bat. I'm not saying Elena is not sweet though. You know what I mean? But it's like
no, but I'm going for she's a bitch off the bat. Like yes, that's her whole thing is that she's very guarded and she's learned to be very tough. Mm-hmm. And Jamie is someone that she doesn't have to be tough around, and she lets her turns into down. Yeah, he's the person that she is kind of like, oh, I don't have to be this way because and that's actually the purpose of this scene is that Helen is being awful to her, and she's ready to like defend herself, and she doesn't have to say a word because Jamie is there like boom, boom, boom. She's just sitting there like, thank you. And then they make out the next day. I think it's the next day. I know it's the next chapter, but I don't know if it's the next day. I think it is. Because she's like, look at this guy. He's hot and he stands up for me.
Like, and I want to, and that makes me want to kiss him.
Yes, I want to kiss his face. But they get drunk, and that's why she makes out with him, because she's the kind of autistic who doesn't always understand her feelings. So she's not super in the know that she has feelings for him. She knows that she's feeling some type of way, but she doesn't know what that type of way is until
alexithymia.
Yes. And then she makes out with him and it freaks out the next day and calls Daphne. It's like, I think I like him. And Daphne's like, what's that Cardi B thing? Like, like, hello. Yeah.
Did you know that's from her? Did you see the, like, not the original, I didn't watch the whole thing, but like that's from
her court case.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean she's bigger than you? And she's like
like I can see it. I think that's hilarious. Oh, thank you. You telling us about the scene has me even more excited to read your wrong. Thank you. I have this line for the kiss scene that I need to add into the kiss scene that has just been sitting in my notes for ages, and I just can't wait to add it. So I'm going to read it to you guys. Hold on a second. I'm trying to stir up the excitement again and stop being so. Where is it? Filthy rich. Okay. Okay. This isn't from it. This is another line that I might add later. When Elena is trying to get sex advice from Daphne, and Elena, I don't know if I'm going to add this, but I might. It might be too old of a reference. I'm always worried that my references are going to be too old, but I feel like everyone knows this song. Like it's not like I was even alive when it came out and I know this song. But anyway, I'll just say Elena was going to go, I feel like a virgin. And Daphne goes, touched for the very first time. And she's like, Daphne. And she goes, I'm sorry, it was right there. So, but I feel like I'm not even from that era and I know the song.
Like a virgin.
It's seriously so hard to find a rom-com that doesn't suck. Well, I hope this one doesn't suck. Where is? Oh, here it is. She's nuzzling against me like a cat, and I half expect her to start purring, which wouldn't help with my boner situation at all. I'm really excited to add that to the kiss scene because it's from his perspective.
I like how his perspective is like himbo, narration, and I love it without him being dumb, if that makes sense.
He's not dumb. He's just people with and I say this as someone who loves people with ADHD. People with ADHD just have their moments, you know, and that's what I'm trying to go for him. Where he's not dumb, but he has himbo moments.
Yes,
you know?
He does.
Thank you. Add the banana reference. Okay.
Yeah. See.
And I have like, I don't know if I'll include this, but he talks about Paul Henderson and stuff like that. And the thing that I'm most worried about is, and again, this is not even from my era, okay? And I know this reference.
Oh, yeah.
But he named his dog Arthur Fonzarelli, and I'm afraid that they're going to be like, oh, that's too old of a reference. People aren't going to know who that is.
Also, technically, he has the same first name as Artie.
Right. And I just like, that's the point. The point is he is a 28-year-old guy, and he named his dog something that is stupid, you know?
Yes. And like his art shows like, and I like that she was kind of like had the wrong impression of him.
Yeah, and in my new version, she hears he has a dog, and she expects it to be like a golden retriever or something he can work out with, and it's like, a fucking chug with 3 legs. And I just like the whole reason the dog's named Fonzie is because it's a silly name, you know, like really like this guy, this hot gym guy in his late 20s naming his dog after something from I don't know when.
Happy Days.
The 60s. When did that?
I don't know.
Days play.
Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, so it was in the 60s, yeah.
60s.
So that's the point. It's like it's kind of like, you know, it's a nerdy thing to name your dog.
It is. Rocking all week with you.
But then
like one of my first like human. No, that sounds weird. Like not 2-dimensional human crush was the Fonz.
Really?
And it's because I was like, he looks so, and granted, I was so little, and I was watching this on, was it Boomerang? No. I don't know. It was something like Boomerang. But I loved watching it because he was like this really cool macho dude, and I don't remember anything about other than he was this really cool. I thought he looked so cool with his hair and his like leather jacket. And then at the same time, he was really, 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 really sweet. And so I don't even know if that's actually true. I just remember feeling that way. And he was like protective and sweet.
Yeah, like that's sort of the thing. And like the scene where she finds out his name's Arthur Fonzarelli, he's like, the guy has 3 legs. I thought a cool name would give him a confidence boost. And she's like, and cool name is Arthur Fonzarelli. He's like, obviously.
Yes, it's the Fonz. Yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny because later on, whenever I look.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, it was the 70s.
Still not my era. I was born in 87.
Henry Winkler.
These days are us.
And it's so funny because he's kind of goofy looking.
Yeah.
But I remember him being so cool with his leather jacket.
Right.
And slicked back hair. Who else was in there? Throwback photos of young Henry Winkler. There's this other guy that kind of looks like Joey, actually, from Friends. That's in there. Anyway.
Where I don't always get pop culture references in rom-coms, and usually it makes enough sense of the context. My issue is just that I don't want there to be some dumbass being like, oh, a 28-year-old wouldn't name their dog that. And it's like, well, I named my dog Rambo after a Sylvester Stallone movie from the 80s when I was a child. Like, yes, who are you to say a 28-year-old wouldn't name their, you know, what is he going to name the dog? Justin Bieber? Come on. What if he did? This is Bieber.
It would not help her view of him.
So no one told you life was wrong show. Clap, 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 clap. 654. Okay. So we have like 6 minutes left if anyone has questions, because I never know there's Brit. Thank you. I hope so. I mean, at the end, like, again, this is my OCD, and I just need to like let it go. And then I worry because, like, basically the bad guy, the antagonist, is basically just someone who gives boomer vibes and is microaggressions, and it's a person that a lot of us know, but obviously certain people are gonna relate to her because they're that way. But it's like, well, this book is not for her, for those people,
Yeah.
I dated a woman who named a pet after the Green Hornet. It was Axford the cat.
See, it's fine. I listened to. Wait, no, maybe it wasn't. It was was it the Green Lantern? Maybe. No, maybe it was the Green Hornet. It doesn't matter. I listened to something on cassette tape, and it was a superhero that was the green something or the other. What was the superhero that was the green?
This just came into my mind, but I really need everyone to watch the Flash Gordon movie. I keep talking about doing a watch-a-thon on my channel. Maybe I can do that on Twitch. I don't know. But that movie is so fucking good in that it's like, it's so bad, but in the best way. I need people to watch it.
It was the Green Hornet.
So that means I can't name my dog Shakespeare or Cleopatra. Exactly. The people, I've just learned, like, it's that whole, like, media literacy is dead and illiteracy is on the rise. People make really weird complaints. Like, for example, my very first book was sci-fi, and it took place in a different era. So I had to create slang, just like how in Firefly, they all say shiny instead of cool, So the word that I used to replace awesome was dynamic. And you would not believe how many reviews I got, and people mentioned, they're like, I don't know anyone who says dynamic that much.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you also don't know anyone who lives in this year, because takes place in the future. It's like, it takes place like in 2180. And I'm just like, it's just shit like that. It's like dealing with the dummy.
It's so tough because for some reason, out of all of them, I'm not actually tempted, but it's like those are the times where I like fantasize that they'll figure out that they were wrong and be like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they don't.
Yeah. Flash. Ah, he saved every one of us. At least he didn't name the doggy. And that's another thing, is you see people complaining about books that have too recent of references and how it's cringy, and it's like, what do you want?
What do you want from me?
Yeah. So, it's people are not that great. I heard you, Kachu.
I'm sorry.
I heard you.
I was touching his feet and he yelled at me. But he's fine. Like, he's totally fine. Sorry, I didn't mean to scratch the
microphone. Do you write your scenes in order or out of order? I write them in order.
In order.
What should I do if my book wouldn't be accepted by TradPub because there's no romance in it and I can't go for self-pub? Why wouldn't it be accepted by traditional publishing because there's no romance? That's not a thing.
No, it's not.
You do know that traditional publishers publish all genres. That's whoever told you that it wouldn't get traditionally published because there's no romance in it lied to you. And you are too smart to believe idiots. Okay, you're too smart to believe that. My 2 traditionally published books are both not romances.
Although that may change.
Well, I mean, I may get this one traditionally published. I haven't decided yet, but yeah. How to Write Romantasy and Shut Up and Write the Book, both traditionally published, both not romances.
Yep.
It wouldn't make sense if you were trying to publish it through a romance publishing house.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make sense. They're not going to publish you. But yeah, I'm genuinely like kind of gobsmacked. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be accepted by Wattpad because there's no romance? Who told you that? And why are you listening to and hanging out with dummies? Yeah, this is a part of the illiteracy issue, is that this author's problematic because the villain does bad things. And so the author supports bad things, you guys. Yeah.
I remember that being an issue like 12 or 13 years ago. That was the first time I heard about someone being like, I don't like this author and I don't like this book because the villain is really bad. And it's like, what? What? Good. Like, you should hate the villain, but.
Right. Because of trends and demands these days. I mean, just because something is on trend doesn't mean that every single
It's the
book.
only thing that they'll publish, yeah.
Right now, Taylor Swift is probably the most on trend musician.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, if you look at the music industry, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other musical artists that you can listen to,
Mm-hmm.
even if she's the most popular one.
Mm-hmm.
And Swifties are probably the biggest music fandom. And yet there are millions, if not billions, of people who do not listen to Taylor Swift,
Mm-hmm.
like us two. That is silly. Like I said, 2 traditionally published books, neither of them are romance. So I don't know why you're cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yes, yes.
There are plenty of genres. The only genre that needs romance is romance.
I do like a romantic subplot.
Yeah.
In like kind of everything.
Right.
But that's a personal taste, not a
right.
Like
I'm saying need, the only genre.
Yeah, that's not a.
Yeah. Even erotica doesn't need romance.
Nope. Other times it doesn't have it.
Romance has been dominant for decades. Exactly. Romance has been the most popular genre, fiction genre, at least for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why all of a sudden they wouldn't accept a non-romance book today versus 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
In a world of Taylor Swift, be a Florence and the Machine.
Hell yeah.
Project Hail Mary is a mega bestseller, one of my favorite books, and there's no romance, just a dude and his alien pal.
I really like Project Hail Mary. I read that after I had my babo, so it was like a postpartum book, and I was like, whoa. And now it's so funny because I think if I read it now, I don't know if I'd like it the same or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I have fond memories of it because I was just like, I am now in outer space and not recovering from a C-section.
Right. It's all those book talk and other videos. They're kind of misleading by a large margin. They're not misleading, in my opinion, unless you go into something like book talk and assume that it's a reflection of the whole reading community.
Yeah. It's just a reflection of your For You page.
And also, different reading communities congregate to different social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And TikTok is very popular for romantasy, for dark romance, and paranormal romance, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So book talk is going to predominantly focus on those things because TikTok, that's the social media presence that is most beneficial to those types of books. Whereas Facebook is a lot more popular for other genres, and Reddit is really big for sci-fi. So there are different. So if you were to just look
YouTube is really good for horror.
There you go.
I got so many good recommendations from YouTube Shorts, and also Instagram carousels. I'll get good horror recs from that.
Yeah. So it depends on the social media platform, and if you were like a a Reddit writer, you might think that, oh, all the books out there are sci-fi. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you're on TikTok trying to make it with literary fiction, you're going to be like, oh fuck, you know, but that you're not in the right place, you know. And so people get mad because book talk is predominantly this way, and I get it to a certain degree, but it's like, go to your place, go where your readers are. Wait, where do fantasy writers go? I see a lot on YouTube. Fantasy.
I see YouTube and also Instagram too.
Instagram. I answer this in my book, How to Write Romantasy, so check it out. But anywho, I think we should probably wrap things up here. Iona, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at Creepycore and Folklore on Instagram and YouTube and Twitch if you want to hang out on Wednesday. And you can check out my book Ashes by Iona Wayland on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and audiobook formats.
Yes. And someone said even YouTube is heavy on the romance novels. Romance is the most popular genre, most popular fiction genre by a landslide. And it has been, like I said, for at least 40 years. So it's going to be everywhere. Just like Taylor Swift is the most popular recording artist. So you can't go, I can't go anywhere without hearing or seeing something about Taylor Swift. But just because it's popular everywhere doesn't mean that it's the only thing, and you have to go to the right places to find your
It's like going to an underground heavy metal band, which I've totally been to, and that I should have worn earplugs because oh my god. But versus like a big stadium or like Coachella, where you're like, okay, yes, these are very popular and you can see them other places too, but it doesn't mean it's the only one.
Right. Hold on. Okay, sorry. All right. So we're closing things up here. And Iona already did her closing. Sorry, I'm tired. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays. I have one coming out this Wednesday. It's a continuation of my course. Hi, Poo Poo. Come here. Come say goodbye to everyone. Come on. Come on. Come say hi. You can do it. Butters wants to say hello. Here we go. We'll just do this. Okay, you're coming? Hi.
Butters.
You can do it. She's just pawing at me.
Butters.
Come on. See? Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, thank you. That was so sweet. She's like, I just want to give you a kiss. That's all. Okay, guys. I have a new video coming out on Wednesday. It's the continuation of my course. I believe it's the 5th episode of my course. So check it out. It will be a 10-episode course, most likely. Also check out my books. They are linked below. It helps me out significantly. Even if you can't buy them, if you can check them out at the library, that helps me out a lot. And also my Savior series is available on Kindle Unlimited, so you can read those for free. Good night, baby girl. She's got her butt in the air now.
Ah, booty butt. Butt fluff.
Are you gonna do the thing? Are you gonna do the thing? No,
my dogs are howling for no reason, so maybe you'll hear those.
And if you want, we should be back for another. She did the thing.
She did the thing. We've been blessed. Butters, your timing is unmatched.
That means summer will come early. I don't know. Did you just sneeze on me?
Ew.
Thank you. Late for the sprints, but not for Butters. Yes. So anyway, sorry. Check out my course. I got a new video coming out Wednesday. And buy my books. It helps me out. And follow me on Instagram. That's where I am most active. So yeah, help me out. Follow me on Instagram. It better come early. It's still cold. Okay, guys. I gotta close things out. Butters is giving me kisses. And we should be back for another stream next week, God willing. Hopefully no more people die.
Yay.
All right, folks. Bye.